Nupur, and I welcome you all to this video where I'll be talking about the book which I recently finished reading. And the book is written by Thomas Hardy, and it has a very tough name to pronounce. And it is called Tess of the Urbervilles. I'm not sure whether I pronounced it right. And it's a very bulky read, as you can see. And in this video, I'll be talking about the beautiful epiphanies I had while I was reading this book. So, for all those who don't know what an epiphany is a sudden realization that you get which you never knew before. So, let's get started with the video. So, the novel Tess of the Urbervilles, it is set in Victorian age, and Victorian age is considered as the most sophisticated and most hypocrite society because nobody believed in telling out the truth, whereas sugar coated things were meant to be the perfect things which were meant to say in the society. So what is Hardy doing is in this novel he is presenting a scathing critique of the Victorian society, and he is doing that by transplanting Tess's life in 7 phases of the novel, and he's letting the readers know what happens in each phase. And by the end you'll realize that Tess's life and the novel as a Tess as a whole, it becomes a very tragic story. So Hardy is in a way questioning that whether it is the free will and the choices that a character makes, are they responsible for the tragic endings in life, or is it the society, its moral conventions and its unconventional social structures, or are they responsible for the tragic endings in life? All these 7 phases directly resonates with what happens in the life of Tess and how she manages to cope through life. And I have observed from all those 7 phases 7 lessons which any layman should remember in order to live a happy and safe life. And also I believe that it is written in Victorian age, but it remains still relevant till today, because I think that any book or any piece of literature, no matter in what age it is written, I think it transcends age as well as time. So I think that this book lives still forever, and we can always extract anything from the book, no matter in what age or time it is written in. I learned from the phase of the maiden is that always listen to what your consciousness and your gut tells you. It is never wrong, and if someone is annoying or suspicious in the first meeting, then trust that feeling and stick with it. The mistake that Tess does in this part is she could have avoided her engagement with Alec if she would have trusted herself into believing that she was not at the safe place away from her home. If she would have gone back to her home, perhaps she might have avoided a plethora of troubles in her life. In the second part, history's most important lesson is there for parents regarding safety of their child. As Tess comes back to her home after she is molested by Alec, she questions her mother. Her fits of rage speaks for the whole community of women who have been wronged in all of the history. She asks her mother, "Why didn't you tell me there was danger? Why didn't you warn me? Ladies know what to guard against because they read novels and tell them of these tricks, but I never had the chance of discovering in that way, and you did not help me." It's in a way a cry for help that a basic awareness and proper education on how women must guard themselves from dangers of cruel society is always incomplete. So the novel still speaks volumes on how much important sex education was and still is. I can definitely say that Hardy was way ahead of his times. Being himself from a pretentious age, writing on topics that people straightforwardly avoided, is really gutsy. The third lesson from the rally is that a person should always start afresh and always look forward to new beginnings. As Tess in this phase meets Angel Clare and she finally sees a hope of happy and secure life, which reflects that we must always dream and hope for better things in life, because you never know how sometimes life can throw them like surprises for us. Fourth phase, the consequence, teaches that to be prepared for things going downhill, because in a way life is definitely not a smooth road and it can go awry and tough at times. It can give you existential crisis, but if there won't be any rough roads, then I guess life will become so boring. Though Tess is the most tragic character of Victorian age, but the way she sails through all her hardships in life is something that makes her a very strong woman, and according to me, Tess was just misplaced in an age which was way too judgmental and always blamed women for all the mishappenings. Fifth phase, in which the woman pays, it teaches that everything that happens in life has a consequence, and about the diplomacy of society, that if something bad is happening, it must happen outside and not at their home. This phase shatters the reality and hypocrisy of Angel Clare, and it teaches that everyone has double standards somewhere or the other, and yes, that people come with great surprises. Tess's story would have been a happy one if Angel Clare would have been the same person he claimed himself to be. I extend all my sympathies to this character of Tess, who had to go through continuous bad experiences and face coward men who absolutely did not deserve her. The sixth lesson is very important in every sphere of life. It teaches that whoever does you wrong and is mean to you always comes back to you for forgiveness. The episode of forgiveness, according to me, should not be forgive and forget, but it must be forgive but do not forget what someone or life teaches you through some people or experiences. Because sometimes some people are better from a distance. Even a small association with them can make your life worse, which happens in the novel also when Tess reconciles due to helplessness with Alec. The last lesson, and the most important one, is a very hard pill to swallow, and the most biting lesson that the ending of this book gives is that life is uncertain and you don't know about the ends that will meet you. Sometimes we feel we can control every single thing in our life, but sometimes it feels as if humans have no control over anything on their life. What has to happen will always happen. Sometimes God plans it, and other times a society with unconventional moral standards plan it. Hardy questions that only in the end, and as far as I could observe that in the whole of the novel, Tess is really bothered about society's validations, and she herself questions her own happiness. But only if she knew that the same society will punish her so extremely, I think she would have led a really balanced life. So it is really a useful question that Hardy posed through this book, and that too in Victorian age. But it's very relevant today also, that some things like society's judgments, unconventional moralities, and hypocrisy of people continue in every age. But I think if humans want to lead a satisfactory and content life, then I think they must make their peace with themselves. So finally coming to the end of this video, and if you're someone who's watching it till here, first of all, thank you so much for keeping this much patience and listening to this video. And if you found something useful in it, then do subscribe to the channel, and if you have already read the book, then do let me know if there's something else which you found useful and I might have missed out. Then do let me know in the comment section below, and thank you for watching the video, and till then, take care.